Adrianoගේ ප්‍රශ්නේ. Adrianoගේ ප්‍රශ්නේ.
Adriano.
ඔව් මේ මහත්තයා.
එයාගේ නම Adriano.
ඔව්.
හා.
ප්‍රශ්නේ මේකයි සම්පජාඤ්ඤය.
Do you want to repeat?
චෛතසිකද නැද්ද කොහොමද? So first one is if it's
එයාට මේ හරියන්න ආවනම් කට මේ පරිවර්තනය කරන්න පුළුවන්.
So comes if you swap the chairs, you can sit somewhere and you can directly translate for him.
No, I just wanted to say, do you want that he repeats the question? Do you remember, because it was longer?
So the question was if it's a mental factor. And චෛතසිකයද නැද්ද කොහොමද සම්පජාඤ්ඤය. ඉතින් චෛතසික තමයි නම් ඒක නිතරම පඤ්ඤාත් එක්ක සම්බන්ධයකවද නැද්ද? එහෙම නැත්නම් අකුසලයට සම්බන්ධ පුළුවන්ද?
නෑ අකුසලෙත් නෑ. සම්පජාඤ්ඤය කියන්නේ ඒ පඤ්ඤාව හැදෙන එක තමයි. පඤ්ඤාවට අයිති නෑ. එක්තරා ලදරු අවස්ථාවක්. පඤ්ඤා
so it basically it is
ලදරුම නෙවෙයි. නුවණට වැඩි සම්පජාඤ්ඤය කියන එක. ඒක කුසලෙකුත් එක්ක සාමාන්‍යයෙන් මේ දැන් අපි මේ ජීවල් හදන්න මේවා හදන්න අපිට නුවණ පුළුවන්. සම්පජාඤ්ඤය වන්නේ සම්පජාඤ්ඤය කුසලෙක විතරයි.
So anyway, so the later part it's only wholesome that it gets connected with. It can never be together with unwholesomeness. And it is a kind of understanding or wisdom. So Lokam says in a way it's like a younger version of Panya, or you can say it is this kind of like experiential understanding, which is not really understood. Like if you are building a house, you need to have understanding about building. But this kind of understanding is the kind of wisdom kind of understanding, which is different than that. Anyway, it's a good question. So this Lokam is going to drink a little bit and then answer some more.
දැන් මේ නම මට මතක නැහැ. Adriano. Adriano මේ තරුණ කාලේ හිටියනේ.
So you were young one time, isn't it?
El giovane no?
Yes.
Maybe. අධ්‍යාපනය කළානේ.
And you have done your education, meaning you went to school and learned things.
Then
but now no longer you are not young and you don't go to school now.
ඉගෙන ගත්තේ අහක ගිහින්ද කියලා. ඉගෙන ගත්තේ
So what happened with the things you learned at school? I think Lokam's asking, do you still remember them? Are they of any use for you now and things like that?
දැන් අද්දේ විභාගයෙන් මම ගත්තානේ විශ්වවිද්‍යාලේ පාසනා කියනකො ඒ සාහිත්‍යයේම ඒ මට්ටම එහෙමමයි. දැන් මේක අමතක වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. දැන් උගන්නන්නෙත් නෑ. දැන් භාවනා වගේ වචනයක් කරගෙන ඉන්නවා.
So maybe somebody passes the like university entrance exam, but later on forgets most of the stuff and now is meditating.
දැන් එතකොට ඉගෙන ගන්න අධ්‍යාපනයක් තියෙනවා වගේ තමයි සම්පජාඤ්ඤය.
So now Lokam says this is like when you are cramming for the exam, it's like in the meditation field, the Sampajanna is like that. There's like simile. Grabbing, hit the books. You are hitting the books. You are really studying.
Pushing the information. Before you use the right word, you did check other words which nobody understands.
Yeah, but there are the good English words that
but they are not English.
yeah, that's not my problem. So anyway, with clear comprehension, the wholesomeness is not being removed. It is something that produces or like is getting ready possible wholesome result. So clear comprehension, Sampajanna is something like that. So something like that means something with that kind of characteristic. And also Lokam says if there is no clear comprehension in the meditation practice, that meditation practice starts falling apart and deteriorating. So this is only there in the Satipatthana Sutta. It's the one part which talks about doing all the daily activities knowingly, as mentioned in connection with clear comprehension. So people do all these things, go here and then, taking bath, eating, drinking and whatnot. But people that do those things with clear comprehension are less. So now I'm drinking tea, but as I'm drinking tea, I might be thinking about all kind of things, and those things can be also unwholesome. Or I can be sitting drinking tea, kind of, and being angry with somebody. So occasions like that, you know, where they like you are doing one activity, and in your mind you are especially engaged in unwholesome thinking or being angry, and things like that. Those are the occasions where you can know the clear comprehension is not there, it's missing. So basically the clear comprehension is done only by yogis, that means meditation practitioner. And it is only the really good meditators or like diligent meditators that are staying with clear comprehension. No, this somebody called and Lokam said, I told these people 5 to 6 is Dhamma talk, don't call during that time. And even though I told them, still they call again. So now this with that the clear comprehension has been like derailed.
Oh, mother. කියනකොට ඉතින් මම සම්පජාඤ්ඤයෙන් වගේ ඉන්නේ. දැන් අර ටෙලිෆෝන් එකේ මේ වැඩක් නැතිව කතා කරනවා නේද? ඔක්කොම සම්පජාඤ්ඤය ඉවරයි.
So he stays and gives the Dhamma talk with quite a lot of clear comprehension. But when this like somebody calls and or comes with a kind of completely useless, unimportant issues, then his comprehension is completely lost.
So, Sampajanna කියන එක න දැන් කායිකේ ආලෝකිතේ විලෝකිතේ මම කියන්නේ ඒ ඔක්කොම මේ නුවණින් යුක්තව කරන එක තමයි.
නෝන කියන මොකද්ද වෙනවා කියන මොකද? So නෑ නෝන පිටිපස්සේ අදහසක් මොකද්ද?
ඒ මොකක්ද නැතිවේ නෑ ඇවිනේ නෑ.
නෑ නෝනින් කිව්වා.
නෝනින්
යුක්තයි කිව්වා. නෝනේ
කියලා කියන්නේ දැන් අපි දැන් මේ කනවා බොනවා නානවා ඒක දැන් අපි වෙන වෙලාවක එහෙම නුවණ නැතුව කියලා කියන්නේ අද්දා ඉතල කිය තරහෙන් අමනාපෙන් ඒ වගුත් එක්ක මිශ්‍ර වෙලා කරන්නේ. ඒ මිශ්‍ර වෙලා නැහැ.
ඒ තේරුම් ගැනීම ගැන කතාව නෙවෙයි.
නෑ තේරුම් ගැනීම.
So now Lokam says this eating, drinking and other things have to happen with let's say knowledge or understanding. So then I asked what is meant by the knowledge or understanding. So Lokam said on occasions when it's missing, the activities are mixed up with craving, hatred and delusion. So when the clear comprehension, this understanding or knowledge is there, it is not happening.
භාවනා කරන සම්පජාඤ්ඤය කියා දෙන එක නෙමෙයි පොත නෙමෙයි practical ජීවිතය කියා දෙන.
So Lokam says more difficult than explaining what is clear comprehension. Actually, it's one of the most difficult things about the practice is getting to the yogis to practice in such a way that the clear comprehension starts arising in the practice. So many people are getting angry.
Sampajanna ඉන්න කියා දුන්නා. දැන් අපි 10 දෙනෙකුට කියා දුන්නා. 9 දෙනෙක්ම තරහ වෙන්න පුළුවන්.
Especially when you give them the instruction for clear comprehension, 9 people out of 10 might get angry.
ඉතින් අර ඒ කියන විදිහට කෙරෙන්නේ නැති වුණාම ගුරුවරයා කියනවානේ ඒ සම්පජාඤ්ඤය නැති එක තමයි සතියෙන් නැති කතාවකුත් එක්ක තියෙන එකයි.
And because people then don't practice it the way they have been instructed, that's why most teachers very often say that you don't have enough mindfulness and enough clear comprehension. If you are with the Burmese monks, then it is extremely difficult. So then the Burmese monks, because they look as if they are kind of upset or irritated, even though if they are not, but they look like that.
No, then happy.
They just, yeah.
No, then සුජාතනායකයන්ද මේ කියන්නේ හරි අමාරුයි ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ වචනයක් ගන්න කතා කරන්න.
ඔව්.
ඉතින් හරිම අමාරුයි එහෙම කතා කරන්න කියන්නේ නැහැ.
So when the Burmese monks were here in the Burmese masters those many years ago, it was very difficult because they were kind of unapproachable. So this you cannot really talk with them and things like that.
Oh, Mama, me. Then we Madhyanda Mutente get in the Lavilla. මේ දවසක් ආව මේ ඒ බුරුමාන සුන්දර කියලා. එයාට මල. මොකක්ද දාලා යන්න තරහා ගිහිල්ලා දැන් අන්නේ මේක. එයාට මොකක් තරහා ගියා.
ඔව්.
මම නිකන් සාමාන්‍ය එකක් කියන්නේ යන්නේ මොකක්ද කියලා.
ඔව්.
ඒත් තරහා ගියා.
ඒ හාමුදුරුවෝ ආවම ඔබ වහන්සේ අහලා මොකටද ආවේ?
නෑ මොකද ආවේ නෙමෙයි.
නෑ.
මම මොකක් හරි ඔය සම්පජාඤ්ඤාරි මොකක් හරි දෙයක් ඇහුවා. දහම එකක්.
දහම එක.
සතිපට්ඨාන කතා. එතකොට යාර තරහා ගියා.
No, so some in those days there was, after coming from Burma, one Burmese monk came to this old meditation center, and monk called Sundara, a Burmese monk that is passed away already. So when he came, Lokohamdu asked him some Dhamma question, like about clear comprehension or Satipatthana or something, and that monk got kind of angry and left. So then I thought, oh, better I stay without asking.
සාමාන්‍ය දැන් අපි දැන් මේ සාමාන්‍ය ආන්දුත් එක්කලා එහෙම කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් ඒකෙන් මම හිතුවේ ඒක නෙවෙයි. ඊටදී වෙනස් දෙයක්. දැන් එහෙම ඇයට මේ භාවනා කියන්නේ බෑ. ඒක කතා කරනකොටම තරහා ගිහින් වගේ.
Oh, so with most other monks it is normal to like talk with them and exist without no problem, but people like what Lokohamdu described, you cannot really, they cannot be given instruction because they get immediately angry.
Oh, දැන් මම ඉතල භාවනා කරනවා මේ මානෙන් ඉතල භාවනා කරනවා මාන වෙලා තියෙන භාවනා.
So before my ordination I was practicing, and after my ordination I was practicing.
Oh, මම ඉතින් හැම ක්‍රියාවක්ම අතාරින්න නැතුව මේ මෙනෙහි කරනවා.
So the practice was, the part of that was whatever even the smallest activity I was doing doing it knowingly, noting that activity without without leaving out any activities at all.
Oh, ඒ මොනවා කරත් කියන්නේ සතිය නැහැ කියලා.
So no matter how much I was doing that, still I was always told you don't have enough sati.
ඉතින් දැන් මම නිදාගන්න එක විතරයි අතාරින්නේ.
So the only time when I was not noting when I was sleeping. Other than that, I knew like now as much as I knew this, I am really like paying attention, noting all the time, everything.
Oh,
Still, I was being told you don't have enough sati or you don't have sati. So then at one point I got kind of tired out or frustrated and decided if it's really the case, then better I go home.
Oh, then it was them මාන වුණානේ.
Oh.
මාන වෙලා බාන ගන්න ඕ සතිය නැති එකමයි කියන්නේ.
So anyway, so then he came back or whatnot, and later on got ordained, and after his ordination he was practicing this diligently like this, and he was still hearing you don't have sati or you don't have enough sati.
Oh, then මට ඒක හිතෙනවා රිවුලලා යන්න.
So then after my ordination, because he was ඒකට මාස කිහිපයක් ගියානේ මම අවුරුද්දක් කිහිපයක්.
Oh, අවුරුද්දකටත් වැඩි අවුරුදු ගානක්.
So I asked, was it after a few like weeks or months? So it was more than 1 year, maybe even few years continuously practicing, and still I was hearing you don't have sati. So then I thought now I am probably like this useless for this, so better I disrobe and go home.
මම ඔය සම්පජාඤ්ඤ ඔයගෙන කතා කරන්නේ නැහැ.
Oh, so I was not talking about clear comprehension.
භාවනා කරන්න.
Oh.
මේම භාවනා කරන්න මේ විදිහට ඉන්න එහෙම කියනවා.
Oh.
දැන් ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ වැඩක්. මම දැන් කියන එක මගේ වැඩක්. විනීතගේ වැඩක් තමයි භාවනා කරන එක කන්න බොන්න එක නෙමෙයි ඔක්කොම ඔයාට අයිති ඒවා. මට අයිති නෑ මම ඔයාට බල කරන්නේ. පුෂ් කරන්නේ.
ඔව්. ලොකම් මගේ ගුරු නම්.
ඔව්.
So Loka is now saying, now we have to, so Loko Amdu is that the teacher's task is not pushing you to practice. He gives you the needed instruction, but it's the yogis, I can't remember the English word now, responsibility to practice. It's not up to the teacher to push the student to practice, it's up to the student to realize that and practice.
දැන් ඉගෙන ගන්න එක එකක් උගන්නන එක තවත් එකක්.
Or if we simplify it, teaching is one thing, learning is another thing.
ඉතින් ඒක එයාටයි එකක් මම මේකේ මට ඕන විදිහට මම මේක කරන්න යන්නේ. දැන් ඔයාට මම පාඩම් කරන්නම කියනවා. මේක කොහොම බල කරනවා. ඉතින් ඔයාගේ හිත එතකොට හරි නෑ. දැන් කරදරයක් වගේනේ මාව. ඒ ගුරුවරයා එපා වෙනවා.
So comes let's say Vinita needs, let's say like Vinita is studying and I'm the teacher and I like force him to study and like this. If you do it that way, then the student little by little starts being fed up with the teacher or learning.
ඔයාගේ අධ්‍යාපනයේ මත කියන්න පුළුවන් මේක මදි මේක නම් මේකට මදි මේ විදිහට පාඩම් කරන්න බලන්න මේ ආවල් පොත් බලන්න මට කියන්න පුළුවන්.
So he can tell me as a teacher for the level you are aiming at, the things you know so far, this is not enough. Or you might have a look at those and those books or do these and these exercises. That as a teacher he can do that. He knows how to do that.
ඒ වගේ මේ සම්පජාන්නේ ඉන්න එක මට කියන්න පුළුවන්.
So Lokam says the same way I can tell you tell the practicing yogi about the clear comprehension.
එයා ඉන්න එක මට කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ.
But I cannot make the yogi to really be in the clear comprehension. So meaning like they have to do it themselves.
ඒක මම ඒක කුසල වලට දාන්නෙත් නැහැ. කුසල තමයි. ඒක මම කුසල වලට දාන්නෙත් නැහැ. ඒ කියන්නේ අකුසල දැම්ම කරදී. කුසල තමයි ඒක මම ඒ කුසල යාට ඕන විදිහට කරගෙන ඉන්නවද? මම ඒක ඔකරන්න යන්නේ.
So anyway, practicing that is something wholesome. We cannot consider it as unwholesome. But I don't go forcing you to do that wholesomeness. It is really up to you how you develop and what you do with your wholesomeness. So let's say somebody is sick. And you go to see a doctor. So the doctor examines you. So then he gives you a prescription and instructs you in what way to take the medicines. Or he might say, you have this kind of problem and for that you need an operation. Like that, things can be explained in a similar way. So like the especially part of that like treating the disease might be you might have some the doctor might tell you to follow a specific diet, like avoid some foods and eat something more. And so now that's the doctor's job. But now if you are eating whatever you like and not taking the medicine, and maybe the doctor might tell you like if you have wound, like keep it covered. So if you are not careful about the instruction you get from the doctor, it's kind of your fault as the patient. There is nothing. It's not up to the doctor to like force you to do those things.
Oh, එතකොට දැන් දොස්තර මහත්තයා බේත් කියන එක ඔක්කොම කරලානේ.
So and actually the doctor has given you everything that the doctor should.
ඔව්. ඉතින් ඔයාගේ බෙහෙත් බීපෙත් නැහැ. ඒ මොනවත් කරේ නැහැ. රෙදීත් ලෝනෙත් නැහැ කියලා දොස්තර මහත්තයාට දොස් කියන්න බෑ.
So then if you like don't take the medicine, you are not careful, you are not following the diet, and you are doing on top of that all kind of other crazy things, you have no right to criticize and blame the doctor from being sick, because the doctor gave you whatever you needed, but you are not following it.
ඔය ඒ වගේ තමයි යෝගි මේ උගාක් දෙනේ එහෙම පටන් ගත්තාම මේක දන්නවනේ අර අපි භාවනාවේ එහෙම කරන්නේ නැහැ ඉතින්.
So Vinita knows, because he has the interviews, very often people are giving the instruction what to do, and quite often they are not following it properly.
Well, අපි මේ Republic කොලත් මෙතන ආයේ මේ කොහෙද යවලි කන්දෙත් එකක් කරනවා සද්දේට භාවනා කරනවා. දැන් ඒගොල්ලෝ පෙරක්කයි කියලා හොඳට කරනවා. පෙරක්කයි නැහැ.
So like when we were in Yavori, there was like about 1 week meditation course. Out of the about 40 people that were meditating, some of them they were really meditating trying to following the instruction properly, but there was a group of them that were not like that.
Oh, ඉතින් ඒක අපිට බලගන්න අපිට කියා දෙන්න පුළුවන් මේ කරන්න ඔකේ පාර කියලා කියා දෙන්න පුළුවන්.
So we cannot force them. We can tell them don't do it that way, you should do it that way. That is possible.
ඔව් මේ සම්පජාඤ්ඤය කියන එක මේ කායික වශයෙන් පුරුදු කරන එක.
So comes as this clear comprehension is something practiced with the body.
ඔව්. ඉතින් ඒක දුන්නා කායික වශයෙන් පුරුදු වෙනකොට ඒක ඇති වෙන චිත්තචෛතසිකය. ඉතින් මේ ඇති වෙන්නේ සම්පජාඤ්ඤයෙන් තමයි.
So if I understand correctly, so you practice with the body a lot for some length of time, and if you practice correctly like that, then also understanding about different mental factors and mind states and things like starts happening.
සම්පජාඤ්ඤය පුරුදු වුණාම මේ සම්පජාඤ්ඤය තුලින් තමයි මේ ත්‍රිලක්ෂණය වැටෙන්නේ.
So after having practiced the clear comprehension for a long time, it is through the clear comprehension that the 3 characteristics become obvious or evident. So then when you get to that level, with some objects, the impermanence you might get the impermanence. With some other objects, it might be the dukkha you are getting. And with some other objects, non-self, anatta. මොකද?
සම්පජාඤ්ඤය දැන් උගාක් වැඩි නම් එතකොට එයාට මේ අනත්ය වගේ වැටෙනවා.
ක්‍රමය අනුවද?
ක්‍රමය නෑ සම්පජාඤ්ඤය අඩුයි. කරන්නේ නෑ. ඒකවත් ඉතින් කරන්නේ ටික යන්තම් එහෙම නෑ හොඳටම කරන එක්කෙනාට අනත්ය වැටෙනවා.
So anyway, so the person that really truly properly and like long time practices the comprehension, the non-self becomes they say starts manifesting in the practice, or they start getting the non-self.
So එහෙමදී තරහටකින් තමයි උන්ගත් ඉතින් අය මේ ඉලක්කණයම වැටෙන්නේ මොකක්ද ඉතින් සම්පජාඤ්ඤේ ආදු එක්කම තමයි භාවනා දුර්වලයි යන්නේ අතහරිනවා. සම්පජාඤ්ඤේ මොකක් දුර්වලයි. ශක්තිමත් නැහැ. ඉතින් භාවනාව ගේම කරන්න බෑ දෙන්නේ නැහැ අතහැරලා වෙන දේවල් කරන්න.
So comes with many people because the clear comprehension, Sampajanna, is too weak in the practice. After some time, they kind of feel themselves that the practice is not happening or something, and they give up on practicing and start doing some other things.
So, Sampajanna හොඳට කියනනේ ඇඟිල්ලක්වත් මේ මම කකුල මේව කරන්නේ එහෙම එකක්වත් නෑ.
So Lokam says now he was moving his foot. So he said, for somebody with a really good clear comprehension, nothing happens without knowing. So he would not just even, he said actually even move a finger without knowing that. That means sometimes you would not move it because if there is the knowing, you don't move it.
No, එතකොට මේ ඇත්තිදම අදින එක දන්නවා.
So the really good practitioner knows about even the eye blinking.
So ඇත්තින එකක් දන්නවා, වහන එකක් දන්නවා.
So with the eye blinking, he knows about the closing of the eyelids, and with the he also knows about the opening of the eyelids. But one gets to meet yogis like that very rarely. So for yogi that has developed up to that level, the practice, for such a yogi, then the three characteristics don't pose a problem or are not troublesome. That is the fruit of clear comprehension. And that is called wisdom or panya or experiential understanding. So this panya or so-called wisdom is develops gradually, little by little, and it's one of the spiritual faculties, like the wisdom as a spiritual faculty.
ක්‍රමානුකූලව සෑම දෙයකම කතා බහ කරන කරුණ බොන්න මෙන්නේ නොකර අරමුණේ ඉලක්කනේ වැටෙනවා. ඉන්ද්‍රියවල තියෙන මෙනෙහි කරලා මම අත මෙතෙන්ද ගත්තා මෙනෙහි කරලා මෙනෙහි කරලා මෙන්න කහනවා කියලා මෙනෙහි කරලා මේ බලභාවයට ආවන් පස්සේ පඤ්ඤා වැඩ ගන්නවා මෙනෙහි කරන්නේ නැතුව.
ඒ අවස්ථාවේදී අපි සම්පජාය කියන්නේ පඤ්ඤා බලතන. So now at the level of spiritual faculties, it's this sampajaya starts being called panya or wisdom. So at the level of the spiritual faculties, when these 5 specific qualities are have changed into spiritual faculties, it is together with the noting that one gets the 3 characteristics. But if one continues practicing diligently, these same 5 qualities strengthen very much, and then they are called spiritual powers. And at that point, it's still it's not being called clear comprehension, but wisdom, panya. And at that level, even without the noting, the yogi gets the 3 characteristics. So some time ago, there was this white foreign lady that came here for meditation. So she practiced for a few days. And then she got angry and left. So then I asked her, why are you upset or angry? She said, there are so many birds shouting and like the squirrels like doing the squirrel sounds and so on. And there is this small boy that comes with the mother to prepare the flower offering. So this boy is sometimes shouting. So I thought there is nothing I can really tell her, so I was just sitting without telling her anything. So because of her ear, she has gotten angry. So what kind of clear comprehension is that? So Chile, that are so there was not even one drop or one iota of clear comprehension in her practice. But she was considering what she was doing as a meditation. So now we again go to this thing that the word bhavana has very specific meaning because it's from the Pali, and in Sinhala it is used for meditation. So Lokam says you cannot even call that bhavana kind of practice what she was doing. So Lokam says, like, if you want to get to the bhavana level of practice, or bhavana, real bhavana meditation level, it has preliminary practice, and it's during this preliminary practice where you have to need very diligently practice the clear comprehension. So in her case, she was not even at the level of the preliminary practice. So there was really no talk about the bhavana level of practice.
භාවනා කරන මේ තරහගේ දැන් අපි කියමු වැඩ කරනකොට තරහගේ ඒක මේකට දාන්න බෑ. දැන් අපි කියමු නන්ද දේව තීන්ත ගන්න. එතන මොකක් හරි ඒක කවුරුද කියලා නන්ද දේව තරහ යනවා. ඒක මේකට ගන්න බෑ.
So also we cannot consider it as in the same way as getting angry normally, like when you work and things like that. So Lokam says, now she got angry while she was supposedly meditating. So let's say Venerable Nandadeva is painting somewhere and somebody comes and does something which makes him angry. So this is like getting angry when you are working and doing other things is like one special category. But she got angry when she was supposedly meditating. So that is completely another category.
So then අපි කියමු සතිපට්ඨාන සම්බන්ධව මොනවා හරි අතුවා ටිකාරම් පොතකට මොනවා හරි ලියනවා. ලියනකොට එතෙන්ට ගිහින් මොනවා හරි සත්‍යයක් කළා මොනවා හරි කළා. ඉතින් එක දවසක් මම කරගෙන ගියා. දෙකකට තුන්වෙනි දවසේ තරහා යනවා. දැන් එතන සම්පජඤ්ඤය නැහැ. ඒක පොත ලියන්නේ කිව්වද?
So let's say you are translating or copying the Satipatthana Sutta or its commentary or something like that, and something happens that disturbs you. So for one time, second time you bear up, and third time you get kind of upset. So Lokam says this one is another category. So when you are copying or learning from the scriptures, it is kind of wholesomeness, but like the work occasion, it's difficult sometimes to say if it's really wholesome or unwholesome, but if you are studying Dhamma books, that is definitively like on the wholesome side, but it's still different level when one is supposedly meditating.
Oh,
so when you are writing or kind of studying, there is some kind of sati there. And it is a good kind of wholesomeness. But on that occasion, normally people don't pay attention to the bodily activities like what they do, even when they are studying. So the clear comprehension is missing there. So what we need to do is with clear comprehension develop these spiritual faculties, and with the help of sati make them balanced out and strong. So with so here the Sampajanna is meant the practice that leads to development of Sampajanna, that is especially the noting of the daily activities. So with that you develop the 5 spiritual faculties, and with the help of sati they become balanced out. And if you continue practicing this long enough, these same 5 qualities of the mind turn into very stronger one, and they start being called a spiritual powers.
So Sampajanna meva hoti. Sampajanna meva hoti Sampajanna inna. Sampajanna kari hoti.
So comes as in the scriptures there are 2 expressions used, the Sampajanna mevam hoti and Sampajanna kari hoti. So Lokams is the first one means so the Sampajanna kari hoti, that's the expression used in the Satipatthana Sutta that talks about the sati and clear comprehension about doing things, the daily activities knowingly. So it really means doing it with like clear understanding. And so the first one, Sampajanna evam hoti, that means you are within this clear comprehension. So Lokams, if I understand correctly, says at that level it's not about doing the bodily activities knowingly, but still this clear comprehension is there. So there is another definition in the scriptures of clear comprehension, not the like when you look here and there you should be doing it knowingly and so on, clearly comprehending. Another definition is like known feelings arise, known they are there, and known they are disappearing, and known perceptions are arising, known they are there and they are disappearing, and so on. Lokam talked about this few days back. So this being in clear comprehension without mentioning of doing something, this comprehension is that level. So like one is like when you sit and you are really not doing anything, but you are with clear comprehension. The other one is where you are actually physically doing something. Both of them need to be practiced, or one needs to train both of those. So if you just sit and let your mind wandering, you think about things from past and future and so on, that means the clear comprehension is not that.
ඒකවල මේ එනේම මේ අපේ විවිධ තියෙන්නේ හිතයි පිටිවිදි ඒ දෙක දිහා දැක ඉන්න නැත්නම් මේ ඉඳගෙන ඉන්නකොට රූප කලාපවල ක්‍රියාකාරීත්වය ඕව දැනගෙන ඉන්නවා. එතකොට ඒකෙන් අර තමයි මේ අපිට වේදනාව ආරම්භ වෙන්නේ.
ඔව්.
Sampajanna.
So if you are sitting and not doing anything, but you understand like about the mind and the mind factors as they are maybe coming up or disappearing, or if you understand about the bodily particles, if something is happening to them, that level, when you understand about those things, that means that is this being this clear comprehension. Likewise for perception, Lokam says, because from either the mind or the mind kind of interaction with the factors, or with the kind of, let's say, change or something within the bodily particles, the feelings or experiencing starts arising. So similarly for perception. So if you are කර්ම තුනක් තියෙනවා. මේ කර්ම තුනම දන්නවා. වේදනාවේ, සංඥාවේ, විතක්කවල ඔක්කොම දන්නවා. So while sitting, one knows about feelings or experiencing perceptions, that is like vedana, sanya, or thoughts, vitakka. While knowing them, they arise. By knowing them, they are there, and by knowing them, they are disappearing. So this is the level of the good practitioner that is in clear comprehension, as opposed to doing things with clear comprehension.
So I think
not opposed, like different. So we even, this is the task, duty of the teacher. We don't have to even the teacher does not even have to use the word Sampajanna. It's enough, he instructs the yogi, note everything diligently. There are things that come up to them in the mind. Those need to be also noted. So then, really, everything needs to be noted. So then you can say both the mentality and materiality, nama and rupa, are being noted.
ඉන්ද්‍රිය බවට පත් වෙච්චාම බර බවට පත් වෙච්චාම දැන් එතකොට මේ නාම රූපයන්ගේ වෙනද තේරෙනවා.
So once these qualities of mind become called spiritual faculties, and then even if they become the spiritual powers, then the yogi is really getting the mentality and material.
මේක නාම ධර්මයක්, මේක රූප ධර්මයක්.
ඒක කියන වචන වලින් නෑ අත්දැකීම. So here it does not mean like you attach thoughts, oh this is the materiality or this is the mentality. But as it happens, you clearly know that something belongs to the materiality and something other things belong to the materiality.
සිතේ ඇත්ත වහලා තියෙන නීවරණ නැයි සංයෝජන ඒවයින් වෙනවා කියලා කියනවා.
So the things that cover up or close up the true nature of the mind, they are little by little being removed, and those things that do that are called hindrances and fetters.
ඔය ඉතින් ඒවා අයින් වෙන්නේ නැත්තම් ඒකේ අඩුවක් තියෙන්නේ නැත්තම් ඉතින් වැඩකුත් නැහැ ඉතින්.
So if those are not removed, or at least if there is no detectable some decrease in those, then the practice is really kind of useless.
Oh, then මොනවද අපි ජාතිතවන්නේ ඒක මොනවද බලාපොරොත්තු
Because it's like similarly, so if you plant a tree or a plant, usually you have some objective, you want to get something from that.
ඔය බලාපොරොත්තු නැත්තම් ඒ ගායන් වැඩන්න මල් බලාපොරොත්තු නම් මල් නැහැ. ගෙඩි බලාපොරොත්තු නම් ගෙඩිත් නැහැ. අරටුව බලාපොරොත්තු නම් ගෙඩි ගාය හරි ඒක නැත්තම් ඒ ගායන් තේරුමක් නැහැ.
So it's like he can give you different things, maybe like blossoms or fruit or I don't know, branches or other things, but if it's not doing anything, then it's kind of useless.
ඉතින් අපේ භාවනා කරන මම කියන්නේ ඈ ඉතින් සම්පජාන්නේ කොහොමද මේ තිලක්ෂණේ දිනුන වෙනකම් තිලක්ෂණේ හැදෙනකම් එන්නේ නැහැ කියන්නේ. තිලක්ෂණේ එනකම්ම කෙරෙන්න ඕනේ.
So anyway, so this practice of clear comprehension needs to be done anyway, and up to you just keep at it until you reach the level where the three characteristics really start being experienced in the practice. And you don't need to think I am doing bhavana or am I doing the bhavana or not.
ඊට පස්සේ තමයි දැන් ඔය මේ අපි බොජ්ජංග කියලා කතා කරන්නේ.
So then there are these specific qualities of mind called the enlightenment factors. So actually it's the kind of, in a way, part of the qualities you have been developing all the time. They turn, or the mind turns towards these enlightenment factors.
So karma tunanne කියන්නේ ආසාති.
So the three things that are there from the very beginning is Atapi, Satiman, and Sampajanna.
ඒ තුන මේ පොඩ්ඩු කරනකොට ඒ තුනේ දියුණුවම තමයි කියන්නේ.
So that is the practice of Satipatthana style is this is the ardent kind of effort part. Sati means sati and Sampajanna clear comprehension, and you practice develop through the indriyas, the spiritual faculties and powers. Then you have reached the level of the enlightenment factors, bodhyangas, and within those the first three enlightenment factors, they are kind of still these three things. That is because today the question was about one of them, one of the three, and that is clear comprehension, Sampajanna. So at the level of the enlightenment factors, it's no longer called Sampajanna, but now it's called the enlightenment factor of investigating phenomena, or Dhamma Vichaya Sambojjhango.
සති ධම්ම විචේ කියලා කියන්නේ බොජ්ජංග. ඒකට ඒ හේතු තුනේ ඒ හේතු තුනක් ඒකට.
But these first three enlightenment factors, that is sati as an enlightenment factor, this investigation of phenomena or the kind of wisdom aspect of at the level of enlightenment factors, and virya, that is like mental effort aspect as an enlightenment factor. There are three causes. So Lokam says, and now it's he used the simile in the beginning explaining how the as I said, hitting the books or cramming is the development of the clear comprehension. Now you have finished and now you are sitting the exam. So that is the level of the Bojjhangas.
So then
you get your exam papers, and as soon as you see the question, answers start coming to your mind. So likewise, the yogi at the level of enlightenment factors, Lokama says, as soon as these different phenomena become happen, the yogis understand them.
And
so it's like these three enlightenment factors that were the same kind of similar three qualities that were developed from the very beginning. When they are at the level of the enlightenment factors and working in the mind at that level, other four things start, the yogi starts getting other four things, and that is the other four enlightenment factors of rapture, tranquility, concentration, and equanimity.
Then it was
so then there is no need to talk, because the good student knows, now when you write the exam or finish the exam, you know how successful you were. So you usually know, I'm going to pass, I'm not going to fail. So the good student really knows that he is going to pass. So Lokam says, in the case of the yogi, he still has not realized Nibbana, but at this level of the Bojjhangas, he has some kind of understanding what the Nibbana is about.
Oh, Bojjhanga,
So at one point, these enlightenment factors become level, attain the same level.
Oh, very fast.
Huh?
Very fast.
It's like getting your letter saying now you have passed the exam. So that's when in the yogi all the enlightenment factors balance out. So then you get a letter from the university telling you you have passed and you are being accepted. Oh?
University again, oh, either they are MA,
so if it's the case that it's a university student, then we might say that this is the exam. It's like I don't know what is called in English. Like when you are getting your MA or what is called? Like master's degree or bachelor degree exam. So now you have passed that one. If you like, you can try applying for like PhD. So then this student has also managed to do the PhD. Like whenever Dhammarati. So then we can go there.
දැන් ඉතින් ඒක දැන් ක්‍රමානුකූලව බොජ්ජංගය තම වෙන මට්ටමටම එනවා.
So anyway, so these enlightenment factors gradually, little by little, start leveling up. Not like means like getting to the same level. Dhammakita has become now a professor. So that means there is really nobody that can teach him anymore.
දැනුත් ඉගෙනගෙන තියෙන්නේ ඊට පස්සේ ඒක මොකක්ම කියාගෙන දැනුත් ඒකට ඉගෙනගෙන තියෙන්නේ PhD එක ඉගෙනගෙන ඉවරයි දැන් මහාචාර්ය වුණානේ ඒක තා හොඳටම ඉවර කළා ඉවරටම ඉවරයි දැන් ඒක වෙන කාටවත් මේමයි කියලා කියා දෙන්න දෙයක් නැහැ මොනවද
So nobody can come and tell him, hey, you know these things, they are like this and this, because he has passed the like master's degree and PhD, and he has the really comprehensive knowledge and education. So there is nobody there is nothing that anybody can really tell him more about those things.
Oh, then Bojjangya, Samatattveka, then Uganda Dhamma.
So he knows that the enlightenment factors are now at the same level. So it is when those become leveled up, when the path knowledge happens. Then a fruition is produced, or arises. So although there is understanding, this fruition arose because of these things. It's like, so that is the thing about clear comprehension. And about the development of clear comprehension. So no, like I don't know how much you are familiar with the British system of education, but all of it. So now, like you have some national level exams when you are about 15 or 16, called O-levels, and based on the results you decide what subject you study, or if your result is bad, you decide stop studying, and then on top of that you study for the A-levels, and then from the A-levels result you get to university. So this is like before you start deciding what you study for the university level. And comes is like the Sampajanna level, and he says actually it's a little bit less than that. Maybe like if you have exam to get to a secondary school, something like that. And
Sampajanna, kawadaari එහෙම වෙන භාවනා කියන මට්ටමටම එන්න ඕනේ. භාවනා කියන වචනේ මට්ටමට එන්න ඕනේ.
So with the clear comprehension, it is indeed that you are getting the practice to the level where it can be called a bhavana level of practice.
So that
Indriya bhavana means this development of the faculties. That means already quite developed. You have achieved some quite developed stage of the practice by practicing the clear comprehension. Here again, clear comprehension especially means the two ways how to describe. So anyway, may the triple gem be a privilege for us, and thanks for listening. Hari Honda. Hari Kaluwa.
Then you know, like died.
No,